Welcome to the KBTI Center. We are joined by the center's very own in-house specialists and K-Ride's K-pop 요정, the fairy of K-pop, Michelle. All right, so every Friday we wrap up the week by making a stop at the KBTI Center, and you teach us something. But today's hint is so little. She's just like Korean singer, dancer, songwriter, and record producer.
But that's because I have a page that you guys don't have. Because I realized that when I put it on the script, you guys
we
get
all know
it
the answer,
so
but,
quickly, so easily. But I think today's hints that I gave you guys is fairly easy
It's
as well.
gonna be interesting.
But I'll try to have you guys guess.
Okay.
Before we start this, how are you?
I'm
You
doing
don't look
fine.
so
I just
fine.
realized that all three of us are wearing black,
Yeah.
as always.
Always,
It's
right?
just-
No wonder it's a gloomy day today. So it was raining this
today
morning.
was sunny.
So
it was?
I
For
heard
me it
from
was.
Huh?
I heard rumors that you danced yesterday and you're sorry.
I danced on Wednesday and Thursday,
And you
then
drank yesterday.
and now I'm sore. So
You just
my
out her.
my neck and my legs are very sore.
What did you
right now.
drink?
I was gonna make a religious joke, but I realized I shouldn't. So, vino.
Vino or wine. Everybody drink responsibly. 잘했어요. Wine은 뭐, as long as like 적당히 마시면 it's good for you.
맞아요.
I feel like I have two older brothers that are interrogating me on a
그치?
night out.
누구랑 마셨어?
They're like, drink
몇
responsibly.
시까지 마셨어?
Oh, so they care about you
Oh
then.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, I feel like you guys are my older
Oh,
brothers.
okay.
doing that, yeah.
Oh, we are
My older
caring.
brother never
They never
asks
cares,
these
right?
questions.
알아서 마셔 이렇게.
Anyhow, let's direct that care and attention to today's KBTI
yeah.
Center subject.
Yeah.
좋아.
So, welcome to the KBTI Center, where I, your specialist, take you on a whirlwind of getting to know a K-pop figure. Today's figure, I want you guys and the listeners tuning in to guess who I will be talking about. I'm going to give you guys a few hints. So, first of all, it is a she. We are talking about a her today. And she debuted in 2007. Can you guys think of any groups that debuted in 2007?
I know actually one.
2007.
Yeah, there's this group called 소녀시대.
아닌데.
They debuted back in 2001, right? Oh, not 2001.
2007.
2007. 와, 진짜 어렵다. I don't
This is a hard question. I didn't really expect you guys to
Okay.
give me an answer.
카라? No.
Kara, maybe.
2006.
It is that generation, though. We're
right.
going to go with the group Wonder Girls.
Nobody but you.
So that narrows it down to 5 people. So 여러분, 그 5분 중에 한 명이니까요. 그냥 5 문자를 다 보내보세요. It's in that 5.
Right.
But to narrow it down a little further, she is now active as a solo artist. So think of the Wonder Girls members. Think about who is still active as a soloist.
Okay, one is a mom already. One is just acting, the 막내, and 3 more to go.
Yeah.
There's, well, I guess we're talking about
Who is
the
a mom?
original members right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
So there's been a
현아 is
member
already
change
old.
in the past?
Oh, yeah.
현아
I didn't know.
나갔지.
Oh.
한 명은
left it.
나갔고, 한 분 들어오시고, 한 분 또 나갔다가 들어오시고, 뭐 이래가지고.
Oh, that many? Oh, man.
Okay.
네. So, and now this is going to be super, super easy.
Okay, is that a more hint for us?
Yeah. She has a wide range of signature moves. 되게 her dance
I think I
moves
know
are
who
very,
we're talking about right now.
Signature
Yeah.
move?
Yeah, prominent. And the songs are like 가시나. Like,
Ah!
가시나.
Dun, 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 dun.
So that's the gun in your hand and then your neck going
that's a
side to
giveaway.
side. That is
Okay.
super easy, right? But other songs include 보름달 and 주인공. But I wanted to talk about her today because she's very relevant. She made a comeback with the song Heartburn, which is the day version of her previous hit song, which Samuel just mentioned, 보라빛밤. And it tells a passionate love story, and she actually participated in writing the lyrics.
Wait, do you say it's a day version?
It's the day version.
Oh, because 보라빛밤 is like a purple
It's a night,
night.
right? Yeah.
Oh, and now she have a day version. Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Her concept.
And I assume she's going to perform it around the world because she has a world tour this year called Good Girl Gone Mad. And she'll be hitting up Europe and North America with cities like Amsterdam to Toronto, Chicago. And then she'll wrap it up with a concert in Seoul in October.
Interesting. I'm so glad that she could go around.
Yeah.
For me, I really like her song. 24시간의 무전로.
I was going to mention that song and then I didn't want to. I I was scared that Sander might dance.
24시간.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay.
여러분들께서도 지금 들으신 힌트를 바탕으로 오늘 검사 대상이 누구인지 알아맞혀보는 시간을 가지면 좋을 것 같습니다. 샵 1013으로 정답 보내주시면 좋을 것 같아요.
Alright, so are we going to listen to her song first?
Yes,
so
this is
everybody
her
can guess?
latest release. Guess who this voice is? The song is called 열이 올라요. In English, it is Heartburn.
Alright, be right back. Interesting. I thought she would come up with another dance kind.
맞아요.
But it's still very chill. It's very summerish. Like 운전할 때 듣는 요즘.
그것도 그렇고 this song kind of reminds me of her earlier works 보랏빛밤 as well.
진짜?
That song was also a disco funk type of song, so
Right.
has a resemblance.
보랏빛밤, there's 포인트 더 센 것 같아.
그럴 수 있지.
Right. Okay, we have guesses here. Raul probably sent this before we gave the hint. He's saying 태연. Sorry, it's Wonder Girls, not 소녀시대.
1235님도 예은.
Kimberly say, I don't know any group before debut before 2008. LOL.
3267님의 메시지는 우리 K-pop 요정 읽어주세요.
24시간이 모자라 선미인가요?
안 돼, 불러야 돼.
불러야 돼요.
You have to 공기 반 소리 반.
24시간이 모자라.
안 돼, 더. 24시간이 모자라.
공기 90, 소리 10.
The JYP.
3267님 다음에도 문자 보내주세요. 죄송합니다.
Anyway, it was good. It was good.
Oh, I'm surprised by Yeon actually. That's a good guess because Yeon is active as a soloist as Heartfelt right now.
I almost say her name Heartburn. It's heartfelt.
Heartfelt.
I thought it was
Oh.
hot pelt.
Heartfelt.
I didn't know it was
핫펠트예요?
I think it's hot pelt.
아 근데 영어로는 it's heartfelt.
Heartfelt.
I didn't
So
know
thought
that.
it was-
Okay, so I thought it was hot.
I don't understand why she make her name Heartfelt.
I don't know.
That's probably her company that came up with that name, so we can't really blame her on that. Yeah.
무당어 사주. Just kidding.
Oh.
Anyway, what's the next thing we're
That
gonna
was a
do
good
here?
guess.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to announce who the subject is.
Okay.
Right.
So out of these good guesses, unfortunately, we have only one right answer.
And the
that
answer is?
was
두구두구두구두구.
3267님의 선미.
선미.
Congratulations.
Okay,
that kind of sounded like 선미 when she's in her 70s maybe.
No, it's probably when she's in toilet. Anyway, so
Oh,
what are we
wow,
going to talk
okay.
about then?
So we have to talk about her Myers-Briggs, right? Because that's the whole point of the KBTI Center. We
Oh, you're right.
learn
I
about their
forgot about it.
personalities. And so Sunmi, she announced to her fans that she is a die-hard INFP.
오, INFP랑 맞는데.
Okay.
ENFJ랑 잘 맞는 것
Oh,
같아요.
really?
INFP.
Oh,
Right.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Oh, I like INFPs too. So, Sunmi is a self-proclaimed INFP. And did you guys know that these days there are companies that put on their job recruiting posts like we're hiring
Hiring, yeah.
INFPs.
안 되는데.
So now people are discriminating against types, and INFPs are one of the most commonly discriminated types.
But what's the reason they don't want to hire INFP?
So that's why I'm going to tell you what the
teach
INFP
us.
personality is
궁금해.
like. So the INFP personality, first of all, 현실 감각이 좀 둔하다고 합니다. 그래서 이제 알바생이 현실 감각이 없으시면 안 되겠죠, 아마. 네.
They're not realistic.
답답하고 그럴 것 같아요. 사장님 입장에서는. 그리고 몽상가족 기질이 많다고 해서 so they're often lost in their daydreams and imagination.
Oh no.
And then 아름다움과 선과하게 민감하게 반응하고 그 분위기나 이제 주변에 굉장히 예민하다고 합니다.
So I think they're more of an
INFP들이.
artist figure than just normal people.
I think INFPs like feel very deeply and intensely. And then they take what they feel and then it kind of exponentially grows into imaginations in their minds and then they kind of get lost in that,
Okay.
which leads to them like really not being present when they need to be.
So
they're,
probably
like,
it's good for the art side.
possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you go to a typical company like 직장인, I think it's quite difficult
Yeah.
because they want people to be very realistic,
Yeah.
sticking to the reality and no daydreaming,
Right.
work hard. Oh, interesting.
So that is what INFPs are known for. Of course, there are a lot of other traits, but I can't go over everything because, we're going to divvy it up. But I did want to talk about this bingo that Sunmi did herself. And so it was a 4x4 bingo board with characteristics of an INFP. And she went ahead and circled the ones that she agreed with and then crossed out the ones she didn't. And a few of them, I was curious what you guys would have done. So she circled that she can't multitask.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, multitasking?
Can you guys multitask?
No, I can't.
아니, sometimes I don't see what PD님 write on the board.
I mean, you're so focused on your script.
Sometimes I don't even know T-Bong is like poop in the pants, you know?
Oh.
Yeah, diaper change 해야
Okay.
되는데.
Okay,
I'm
what's
going to
up
go
next?
through these, a few of the traits. So out of our listeners, if you guys agree with something or don't, then let us know. I am
Okay.
curious to know. I, for one, love to multitask. And I think I'm pretty good at multitasking. So I'm surprised that you guys, can't. And then another thing for INFPs, they think it's a hassle to talk to people. 연락하기 귀찮아함.
contacting people.
Yeah.
저도 귀찮아요.
I agree. Yeah.
Right? 요즘은 다 문자밖에 안 줬잖아요.
맞아.
And another one is MBTI 보는 거 좋아함.
No, I hate this actually.
I would circle that hard.
MBTI,
Wait, but you
no.
don't like to? Then do you not enjoy this segment?
I mean, I
always ask
do
people,
enjoy this
though.
segment, but I don't voluntarily look at my MBTI tested.
Okay. So the rest of them I'm just going to go through quickly. She circled 내적 내적 성장이 중요하고 혼자 있는 거 좋아하고 칭찬해줘야 더 잘하고.
Okay, one by one. Inner personality is important. I agree. What's the next one?
The next one was 혼자 있는 거 좋아함. She
You
likes
like
to be
alone.
alone. And then 칭찬해줘야 더 잘함. So she does better when you compliment her. on
그거
things.
맞는 것 같은데 연예계 거의 그렇지
맞죠.
않아요? If you get more compliments, you actually do better.
맞죠. I think this applies to pretty much everyone.
Are you a plant?
No, but then the thing is like entertainment, it used to be in the past, you know, they always like to, how to say, discourage you to make you do better.
True.
아니, 너 아직 부족한데 더 연습해. They always do this. 옛날 방식.
맞아요.
But I think especially JYP style, I think it's really good. 계속 칭찬하면서 you did good here and that and make them do better.
그리고 even us Korean, we say things like 칭찬은 고래도 춤추게 만든다.
Oh, if you get
Compliment
compliment
something,
a whale, they also dance. Oh,
What's your favorite compliment to hear?
Me?
Or you
I'm
guys
handsome.
Wow.
Because I know.
Oh
What about
my
you?
God. I'm
Let's
just
just
going to
move
leave
on.
it there.
Yeah.
Everybody, let us know what you think about it and share with us what you think about this MBTI and whether you agree or not, or if you think like Sam is like handsome or not. You can complain also. If you have any complaints, send us at shop1013. We're going to be back to talk more about MBTI with Michelle for the KBTI Center. Meanwhile, we're going to listen to a song by JYP featuring Sunmi.
This is When We Disco.
Time to disco. You're listening to Kride on tbseFM 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas. I'm your driver, Alexander.
And I am your driver, Samuel. We are joined by our elite assessment specialist, Michelle in KBTI Center, our K-pop fairy.
Right. So earlier we have listened to this song like when we disco. So Sunset님 sent a message. T-봉아 여기가 클럽이구나. 맞아요. T-봉이는 클럽 몰라요, 여러분.
Since T-Bong sound effect is not prepared today, let me do it manually.
티봉이는 귀여워서 티봉이는 춤춘다 티봉 봉봉봉.
여러분 몰라요. 티봉이 밤에 몰래 나이트 가거든요. 가서 춤추고 다음날 해장하고 출근해요. Anyway, we're back with KBTI Center. What are we doing next, Michelle?
So now that we know Sunmi is an INFP, aka INFP, I have prepared a little scenario that we're going to act out, inspired by one of the INFP key characteristics, which is 말주변이 없다. 그래서
Got nothing to
그거에
say.
영감을 받아서 스키트를 하나 준비를 해봤고요. 그 다음에 여러분들에게도 질문을 던질 거니까 조심히 아닌데 유심히
유심히
들어봐 주세요.
Okay, let's go for it right away.
What
then.
question is it? Are you going to ask later?
After, yeah.
So what is the setting though?
Setting is I want to introduce you guys to each other. 그래서 자리를 한번 마련해봤습니다.
Okay. So are you guys ready to act?
Let's go.
Action!
Hi! Oh my gosh! 안 본 사이에 더 멋있어졌네.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, this is Sam, who I've been telling you about.
Hi, 안녕.
Oh, hi.
So, I've been wanting to introduce you guys to each other for such a long time, and I'm so glad it's finally happening.
Nice to meet you, Sam.
Nice to meet you too.
맞다. I have a quick call I need to take, so I'm gonna get the coffee while I'm at it. 둘이 얘기 좀 하고 있어?
So Sam, what do you do?
I work with Michelle.
So how long have you been in Korea? Isn't the monsoon crazy?
5 years, and I think it's okay.
So, well, do you have any summer plans?
딱히 not really.
Here's the coffee. 좀 친해졌어? Isn't he nice, Sam?
Yeah, I think we'll be good friends.
Do you think we'll be good friends?
진짜 어딜 봐서 잘 맞을 거라고 생각하는지 정말 답답하네요.
아이고 그렇지만 여러분 이런 상황은 다들 겪어보셨죠?
예, 말 주변 없는 사람과 단둘이 남은 상황 여러분들께서는 어떤 유형이신가요?
So what is the question you want to ask everyone, Michelle?
The question I want to ask everyone is so in your life you probably must have, did that make sense? You probably met someone or ran into someone where it's not like they're a mean person, they're not a bad person, but they don't talk much, they're not very talkative, or if they do try to talk, it's not very entertaining. So it's the type of people that they start talking and people just kind of zone out because you're not that fun to listen to. So when you meet these kinds of people, I'm curious how you guys respond or react to these situations where you're stuck in like a one-on-one time where you have to make conversation or not.
나 그냥 생각만 해도 되게 답답하다.
답답하죠. 청취자 여러분들은 어떤지 너무 궁금합니다. 말 주변 없는 사람이랑 단둘이 남은 상황에서 여러분이라면 뻘쭘함을 이기지 못하고 계속 말을 해서 오디오를 채우는 타입인지, 정적은 비정상이 아니다, 필요 이상의 말은 안 할래 하는 타입인지.
I don't like that situation. 그런 사람은 만약에 imagine if you have that situation on radio. 완전 it's like
We had that moment a couple times in the past, remember?
like
There were a few times.
이번에 어떻게
And the answer comes back,
생각을.
I released this album and when 땡땡땡.
네. I'm like
How do you feel about the album? Good.
the album's good. 다음 계획은 공연 있어요.
Yeah. I got a show in December.
Okay,
scared about
before any further shots are fired, I do want to extend this question to the rest of our listeners. So again, I am curious, when you meet these slightly awkward people that don't talk much or are slightly off-putting even when they do talk, how do you respond to these people? Do you try to make small talk because it's awkward and you don't want to go through that awkward silence?
낯가린 사람 포함돼요? 아니면
아니요, 낯가리는 거랑 말 주변이 없는 거는
그치.
살짝 달라요.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not like the first time when you try to 낯가림. It's like how do you say when you kind of like
You're just shy in the
right
beginning.
at
yeah.
the beginning. Okay. It's instead like people who doesn't talk.
그건
much.
그래요?
Let us think about it.
Or are you like, no, what's wrong with being quiet and silent? Let's just enjoy this silence.
그거 있어.
그런
I saw
분들이
people.
계시거든요.
Right? 그냥 갑자기 그냥 폰하고. Oh my god. Okay, let us know your opinion. Shop 1013. It's 51 for short message, 101 for longer text message. Share with us how do you deal with this situation?
맞습니다.
Or are you those kind of person?
Yeah, we're gonna be back after a song by 볼빨간 사춘기, 바닐라 어쿠스틱, 스웨덴 세탁소, and many others with a song called 어색한 사이.
어색하다. All right, today we're asking everybody if you have to deal with a situation where you're one-on-one with a person who doesn't talk much, how are you going to react to it?
맞습니다. 말이 많이 없는 사람이랑 1대1로 만났을 때 무슨 어떻게 행동할지에 대해서 여쭤보고 있었는데 First one from 2852의 메시지는 미셸이 읽어주세요.
저는 INTJ인데 어색하면 자리를 피해버립니다. 무음을 견딜 수가 없어요.
Oh, this listener will actually try to avoid those kind of situations because couldn't stand silence.
My sister and my brother are both INTJs. 지금 보내주신 답이 저희 남매가 할 말을 똑같이 하신 것 같아요. 근데 일단 언니는 I was talking about this with her because she's an INTJ and she was like, Michelle, you need to realize that when you're an INTJ, 그런 자리 자체를 만들지를 않아.
I remember the last
she
time when your
prevents
sister
it.
was in the studio with us and she was looking both of us in a really awkward way
Yeah.
when we were trying to start
to her.
conversing to her.
Right. 어색하구나.
Yeah. I agree.
3267이 also say,
어색한 거 정말 못 견뎌요. 저는 그게 너무 싫어서 혼자 아무 말 대잔치 합니다. 에너지 소모 엄청 하는 타입.
oh, so couldn't stand this silentness. So it's a type where you try to speak as much as you put, and that's why your energy is like burned out afterwards.
I wonder what this person's MBTI is.
맞아요.
MBTI가
얘기할
어떻게
걸.
되세요?
Right?
I bet this person's MBTI is ENFJ because that's what I do all the time.
우리도 그래.
Yeah.
We try to talk.
ENFP이실 수도 있어요.
아, 그럴 수도 있고.
Right. 2591-2591 어색하면 술을 마시는 타입입니다. 술 한 잔 들어가면 상대방이 말하거나 제가 말해요.
Oh, when things get awkward between these two, this person start drinking.
Drink responsibly. 근데 it's so funny because a lot of Korean actually say, "어유, 저 맨날 술 한 잔 하면 영어 잘 샬랑샬랑해요." You know, they would say that.
Yeah.
Because I think people is like that. After you have a little alcohol, you get relaxed and you don't think too much,
Yeah.
and that's why it just comes out naturally.
You kind of get rid of the translation process in your brain when you're drunk.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. It's
I
a good
naturally
way.
speak
Yeah.
a lot more English
Yeah.
when I drink too.
Ah, interesting. Okay, the next one from 1821 said, I'll keep talking and making him or her laugh.
Oh.
I don't want to be silent. From ENTJ. 우리랑
오케이,
비슷하다.
그럴 수 있어요.
오,
네.
interesting.
4363님의 메시지 미셸.
네, 전 ISFP인데 제가 말주변이 없어서 진짜 친한 친구 아니면 단둘이 만나는 일이 없어요.
Ah,
So
so
this
you don't
person
even have a
only,
situation where you're going to be one-on-one. This is very interesting. A lot of people couldn't stand
그러니까요.
meeting somebody like that. Or they just want to just make it not quiet.
Yeah.
So far, nobody is like, oh, I'm okay to be quiet together, right?
그러네요.
렐란디죠 says, haha, very me, I don't talk that much. So I think this is her way of saying that she kind of accepts the silence between strangers.
Siska Adriana said that I would try to have a talk 1st. Haha, I don't like awkward situation, but if that other person's still quiet, then I will give up and bye la, bye bye. 될까요?
At least you can say you tried.
Right. Elena Balance message. She want to get it for us.
Elena says, while having little talks with them, I try to analyze their personality because maybe they're just a quiet type of person and not so open unless there's trust already built between us.
Oh, very wise answer from an experienced person. I assume she's in her 50s right now from last time she told us her age once.
Okay.
Right. All right. For what about you guys? What do you guys do if it's your situation?
We had a text message come in from an
Yeah.
ENTJ.
Uh-huh.
I am an
ESTJ.
ENTJ. No, above. We
Oh,
read
yeah.
one from
Okay.
ENTJ that said they try to talk and make the other person laugh. I kind of agree. ENTJ로서는 저는 이제 효율이 굉장히 중요하기 때문에 이 사람과의 대화가 이제 필요성이나 중요성을 좀 먼저 제가 머릿속으로 계산을 하고 이 사람한테 그 에너지와 에포트를 쏟을 만한 가치가 있는 이런 그런 시간인지 좀 생각을 해보고 있다 싶으면 I try to start a conversation, get to
뭐지?
know that person.
That's what I do, but
근데-
I'm an ENFJ.
Maybe, well, we're only a letter apart. So if not, then my energy going into that conversation might be wasted. So, but sometimes I'm like, oh, there is potential for this acquaintance to grow into another relationship. Then I will also try to talk to that person.
Because basically what Michelle is saying is like similar as what I thought. So it's like it depends on the person. If you think it's worth trying or worth doing, then I would try and try to talk. So where are you from? Oh, but if that person is like really not, really, just makes you very, then I'll be like, I won't talk also. I'll just start using my phone and just check and just be cool. I think it really depends on who the person is, right? We have more messages here actually.
From 1228.
오케이. ESTJ인데 조용함을 못 참습니다. MC병 걸려서 유재석 씨 빙의해서 계속 말합니다. 소개팅 때도 그렇게 떠들다가 지금의 신랑을 만났죠. 하지만 지금은 저보고 말이 너무 많다고 합니다.
Okay, so the listeners say that it's a ESTJ and it's a type of person who cannot stand quietness, so it's like an MC, keep talking like you just saw. And the good thing is that because of the 소개팅, they actually have a matchmaking or like a meeting,
Blind date?
Oh, thank you. And she talks so much, so that's how she met her husband. Problem is, now her husband says she talks too much. 아이고, 어떡해.
We got another cute message from 선생님이 산더님 MBTI는 ENTJ가 아니라 IDOL 아닌가요?
아닌데요. DOL hyphen I인데요.
맞아요. I was gonna say 선생님 그 철자가 틀리셨다고 I가 뒤로 가야 된다고.
돌 I입니다. 저 이제 돌 아니에요. Yeah. So this is saying I'm an idol, but I'm not really an idol anymore. I'm a
돌.
I.
Well, tying it all back to the talk about INFP. So INFPs, the fact that they're self-conscious about this. They are aware that they're not great talkers, and they most likely have heard feedback from friends that like you're not very good at talking or you're kind of quiet. And so they're very self-conscious about it. But I did want to say to INFPs out there, as just me personally, I totally prefer people that don't talk that much over
why?
people that talk a lot.
So does that mean you hate us? Both of us? I mean, we talk a lot.
아니야, there's
Usually.
somebody that
No, there are
there's a
people
common
where
friend.
you say something, you say one thing, and then they say 10 things. But
That's what we do all the time.
Oh no, no.
우리보다 더 심한
아니에요.
사람 많아 있어. Michelle, I don't know whether you know the person that I'm thinking, but there's one person.
Oh.
Wow, this person could say anything. For example, if I say something like, 나 어제 할머니랑 고기 먹었는데, then this person like, 고기는 맛있지. 나는 아는 고기내나 그랬는데, 우리 할머니도 대접 놀라면, 내가 고기
I think I know who you're talking about.
I'm like,
너무 기가 빨렸어요 방금.
right? So they start talking so much. I'm like, I'm not asking you for your.
Okay, I guess that person is definitely not an INFP then.
Right, it's
Yeah.
a E something, definitely.
Possibly. But wow, today is very throwing shade kind of Friday.
Oh, yeah. From earlier, a question about what kind of line you can't cross.
Yeah.
Can we ask you the same thing, Michelle? What is a line you don't like people crossing? Being a lenient 작가.
Okay, so this is 선을 넘지 말아야 한다는 생각을 많이 안 하고 살기는 하는데 because I just kind of think people are the way they are. One thing I noticed that especially among Korean culture is 딱 처음 봤을 때 인사말이 항상 외모 평가인 게 좀 그런 것 같아요.
When they judge on your appearance
보자마자
first.
너 살 빠졌다 or like 그런 게 너무 자연스럽게 칭찬이라다시고 하는 게 그렇게 좋지는 않더라고요. So
Well, the thing about that kind of 인사 is that they want to come up with some more creative 인사법 actually, rather than just saying 안녕 밥 먹었니? Right?
Right. But the sad thing is, like, at least they say something nice. There are some people, 야, 너 왜 이렇게 살쪘어? 오랜만에 보는데.
아니, 뭐 그런 거 아니
right?
아니 제가 친오빠랑 영상 통화를 할 때마다 you got fat. You got fatter 이러니까 but that it's like my brother just always has been like that but yeah just in general I think when 그게 좀 선을 넘는 게 있는 것 같아요. 그래서
Well, you know what I like? It's very interesting when I see girls in Korea here. 어머, 언니, 오랜만이요. 그래, 오랜만이요. 예뻐졌어요. 언니, 손톱 너무 예쁘다. 진짜 I'm like, wow, do you mean it? Or
I've
do
seen
you...
a lot of conversations like that, and I really want to know what they truly have in their mind.
Right?
진짜
궁금해.
궁금하긴 해.
남자는 왜 그렇게 안 해? 야, 오랜만이다. 멋있다. 야, 이렇게 안 하잖아.
그러니까 we usually say, 야 안녕 어디 갈래?
This is it.
maybe I should turn this into the next topic for our
Maybe you should
KBTI
do that,
Center.
yeah.
아니, 사실 남자는
and ask.
더 심해. We just 욕해 서로. 야, 삐. 야, 안녕. 삐. And you just
And
swear
then
at
an
each
hour
other.
passes and 다 봤다 이제 가라 이 느낌이잖아.
We're so funny. Well, of course, it really depends on some people, really. Yeah. Anyway,
Wow.
anything you want to cover here? Anything
Yeah,
else?
I did want to wrap it up by I did some studying and I wanted to share the results.
좋아.
So apparently when people are stuck in these kinds of situations, it's pretty common for extroverts to be the types to try to make conversation. And again, introverts just be like, I'm okay with the
가만히
silence,
있어,
right? That is expected, extroverts, introverts. But what I found interesting was that for those MBTI types where they have the E and the T. As I mentioned, they really only make conversation when they deem it necessary. So they have that weighing like,
필요할 때만.
process. But then I was surprised because you guys are both EFs, but you guys agreed that you guys go through that process as well, right?
Maybe because when we work, it's like that.
Possibly.
I feel like there's a meter energy bar there. Like if we keep socializing, and then try to like talk stuff, then
You have
I
to keep a
become
certain
an
level,
I,
right?
right? From E it becomes I, and then after you recharge again, you're fine again. I think. Yeah.
I guess that kind of is common for most people, I would say. And then for introverts, they despise small talk and they find solace in the silences in between. So they genuinely don't find it awkward or weird. It's just, it's silent. It's
근데
silent and they
진짜
don't
편한
mind.
사람이랑 같이 있으면 you could be silent together.
그쵸?
그치.
So that was actually another topic that I wanted to ask you guys. If you guys know how to enjoy being in each other's presence, especially you two. You guys spend 2 hours Monday through Friday sitting next to
Actually,
each other.
more than 2 hours. These days we started hanging out after the show a lot more than
우리
we did.
가상 세계에서도 만나요. Me and Sam.
우리는 지금 그 게임 세계에서도 2시간 동안 같이 또 호스팅을 합니다.
Okay.
Right. 여러분 만약에 그 게임 하시면
예, 저희 클랜은 열려 있습니다. 언제든 가입하세요.
우리 서버 이름은 세릴, okay? So 찾아보세요. People are curious, but it's D자로 시작하는 게임이에요. Oh, I love that game.
I go by the name of Samuel So and yours ID is Xander, right?
알렉산더입니다. 그냥 찾아주세요. 테릴 서버입니다.
네, 너무 웃긴 게 두 분 너무 찐 extrovert인 것 같아요.
아니야, when we play game, we're introverts
역시
together.
ENFJ들입니다.
얼굴 빨개진다. 네.
Anyway, thank you so much, Michelle, for joining us. Even though you had a very wild night last night, you come here to. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
With this, we're gonna say goodbye to you with a song by Sola and Moonbyeol from Mamamoo. This is Promise You. See you on Monday.
안녕.
Stay tuned, everyone.